I'm Catt. I'm Assistant Director and Producer and Designer for this production, and I was one of the original members of Just Talk Theatre.
I'm Robin. I was also one of the original members of Just Talk Theatre, and I'm dramaturging on this, generally just filling in production.
Dog's Body.
Dog's Body, that's a good way to put it.
Just Talk Theatre to us is a group of like-minded individuals that have a keen interest in lots of different types of theatre and want to try out their hand at lots of different things. We've got I'd say at the core of our work we like to concentrate on the power of the unsaid, which kind of explains why we're doing our third Pinter. We've only been running for 4 or 5 years. We love the idea that the audience don't get the full picture, and it moves them from spectators to creators in a sense.
It was set up in Salisbury by a group of students that were all part of the Salisbury Playhouse Youth Theatre group, Stage 65, which is a fantastic youth company. But the company started to go in a different direction to the kind of theatre that we were all interested in. I think it started to go more into ensemble work, which is fantastic, but not where we want to go, and looking into slightly more physical theatre, which again we're interested in, but it's not necessarily where we want to go.
So at the time we were really interested in helping to aid our A-levels, but also just reading more scripts. So we put on our first Pinter, and it went down really well, and from that we did the birthday party, and from that our name Just Talk came. It's a quote in the script, and we really enjoyed working together, and from the very start it was people within Salisbury that wanted to work professionally in the industry, and I think that's why it's quite apt that it's moved on to Manchester. We've still got those core members working around the country, but Manchester's just got this creative hub at the moment, so it felt natural to make that move. So we chose the room because we met Kezzy, and James Kelly is also a Just Talk member that's up in Manchester, and we all got together and we wanted to look at Pinter because that was what developed Just Talk, and it seemed nice to use Pinter as a starting point to start reading for a new show. And the room came up actually as one of the first suggestions to read in, and we read it all together, and it's absolutely bonkers, like none of it makes sense at all. And for some reason that kind of struck us as interesting, and we read it again, and someone said, it's like this woman can't remember, it's like she has Alzheimer's. And that brought about the conversation that isn't that something that's quite resonant within all absurd works, the repetition, the unanswered questions, the cyclical nature of all of his scripts, and where nothing happens because there is never a reasoned end to any conversation. We won't go into too much detail about how the show reflects Alzheimer's, because I think it's interesting for the audience to have their own interpretation, and by no means are we saying this is the defined version of the room. But we love this idea of the central character having Alzheimer's because it's never been done before, and we really enjoy this interpretation of Pinter's work, and it's made us look at his plays in a different way, which has been great.
Also, just because the disease of Alzheimer's is something that's very close to a lot of cast and crew, I think, and so it's something we're all very passionate about. And yeah, if we can help raise awareness in whatever way an audience member might take it, then that's fantastic, really.
Yeah.
And that's what theatre's all about as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Big question. Well, at the moment, we've moved up to Manchester last year, and we're really enjoying working with lots of different people and meeting loads of different people as well. Obviously, as all French companies want to do, we would love to keep testing ourselves, keep creating work until we can put that into a professional environment, because we love reaching as big an audience as possible. But at the moment, yeah, we're really open to suggestions. We definitely want to keep doing what we do, keep working with the classical pieces, keep working with our new writing. But if someone were to come along with a new pathway, we'd be open to anything.
We've got a lot of projects in the pipeline. It's just making sure that each one of those projects are done as professionally as possible and with the highest production values and Exploration into each piece, I think that's possible. We don't want to half-arse anything, really. I think that's the whole thing with Just Talk. We'd be letting ourselves down and the audience down a little bit if we did, I think. So that's it.